Hello, my friends. This is Lynda Lippin, and welcome to the Pilates Goddess podcast. Well, hello, my friends. It's Lynda Lippin, and welcome back one more time to the Pilates Goddess podcast. I am so thrilled that you guys are still listening. And I have now, I realize, been producing and releasing this podcast for almost a solid year. And in fact, season one, and I wasn't sure, frankly, when I started the podcast, if I was going to do seasons or what was going to happen, but season one will end this coming Thursday. So I'm recording this on Memorial Day, actually on the Monday. And this episode will, of course, come out Tuesday. And this coming Thursday, I have a fabulous interview. And then I'm going to take a couple of months off. I have a bunch of stuff going on personally and professionally. I'll talk to you guys a little bit about that. But it's time to take a little break from the podcast. Now, when I return in August, I'm not sure if it will be once a week or twice a week. Frankly, it's a lot to upload, to create, produce, and upload for twice a week. And my sense of it is that once a week will probably be just fine. And I know I can do once a week consistently and happily. So we'll see where that goes. This coming Friday, June 2nd, I'm actually going to start working as a master teacher at Bombshell Pilates on 20th Street in Manhattan. I am also renting studio space at Grasshopper Pilates in Soho, and I'm still teaching online. So if you're listening and you've been wanting to do some in-studio Pilates work with me somewhere in New York City, you can, starting this week. And for those of you who have been considering joining my online Strong Bones Pilates studio for women over 50 with osteoporosis and or chronic pain, or if you're a Pilates teacher who have been thinking about joining Pilates Teacher Mastermind VIP or one of my workshops, I encourage you to do that because those things will all still be continuing. I'm just branching out a little bit more now in our post-pandemic world and getting back into the studio and in a slightly different neighborhood, so that everything isn't just centered in the neighborhood I live in. You guys who don't live in New York City might not know this, but we get very insular in our neighborhoods, even in Manhattan. So those of us who live way downtown, like I live by the Brooklyn Bridge, I rarely go above Canal Street and really, really rarely go above 14th Street, but that's going to change, right? Starting Friday. So this gives me a little more excitement and a little bit, just getting out of my neighborhood, a little bit out of my total comfort zone, which is always good also to get my creative juices flowing. I'm also doing a little bit more of my woo-woo stuff. I'm doing some more Reiki treatments and Reiki sessions for clients, which is awesome. And I may be adding some Reiki trainings into my live and online workshop scenarios, because Reiki is another one of those things like Pilates that I've been doing for decades and that I do because it always helps me, right? And because it always works. Now, while I'm here with you, I'm not just going to give you news. I have been seeing a lot of really concerning posts online recently. It appears that there are a lot of Pilates teachers, new Pilates teachers out there who are not being taught how to program. They're just being taught the exercises. They're not taught the traditional order of the exercises or any of the transitions. And they're getting into a studio with clients and not really having any idea how to create a class. Now, what's concerning about this is that number one, if you learn anything close to classical Pilates, I'm not even saying classical Pilates, you're basically given kind of class flows. There's the beginning, there's an intermediate, there's an advanced, there's transitions between the exercises. You can add a few pre-Pilates things in, and it becomes very easy to create a class. You can also change the relationship to gravity of some of the exercises, do them standing, do them in a plank, do them kneeling, whatever. Add in some props and it's a party. So the fact that any Pilates teacher is getting certified in mat and is not coming out knowing how to set up an actual mat class is a problem. So, for you guys who are looking for support in this, reach out to me because I have online programs that can give you the kind of support that you need. Just going into varying Reddit and Facebook groups and asking and hoping for the best is not going to get you very far. I would also go back to the people who trained you and say, why didn't you teach me how to put a glass together, my friends? Like, this is one of the basic things that you should get out of the training, is not just learning the exercises, but learning how to teach the exercises and how to put them together in some kind of flowing sequence. In other news, Juniper Peanut, my rescue dog from Thailand, is 13 now, which is a little crazy. And she has some tumors growing, so she's going to need some surgery, which is another reason why I am taking some time off from the podcast and a couple of other things, to really focus on things that are making me money, so that we can move forward with getting Juniper Peanut the healthcare that she needs. I'm also open right now to suggestions for what you would like to hear about next season. People you would like to hear me interview, topics that you would like to hear me dive into, and things that will kind of help you navigate the world of exercise, your body, and the world of Pilates. So feel free to email me, Lynda@lyndalippin.com, or DM me, or, leave a comment on any of my social media channels. But as I gear up to take this 2-month break from the podcast, which I'm kind of excited about, I would love to have some ideas percolating in the back of my mind that are ideas of things that you guys would actually like to hear about. Never be afraid to reach out. Never be afraid to ask. If it's something I really don't want to do, don't worry, I won't do it just because you asked me to. But if it's something that you guys really want to hear about, or somebody that you guys really want to hear from, I am more than happy to make that happen. So as always, my friends, thank you so much for listening to the Pilates Goddess podcast. If you have enjoyed the podcast, I would love it if you would leave a good review and a rating on Apple Podcasts app or iTunes and or Spotify or Podchaser. And once again, thank you, thank you, thank you so, so much for being here. So, so much for supporting and listening. And if you'd like to buy me a coffee in support of the podcast or to help pay for Juniper Peanut's upcoming surgeries, you can do that at coffee.com. And the link is in the show notes. So thank you guys so much. I hope you had a fabulous Memorial Day weekend, start to the summer here in the US, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to the Pilates Goddess podcast. Music brought to you by Nerd Salad. Please leave a review on Apple Podcasts, especially if you liked it. And please like, share, and subscribe wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thanks.